YouTube, how's it going? This is Jared McWilliam from JWM Media. Today we're doing a review for Divergent. Um, I just came back from the movie. It's about 11 o'clock at night, and yeah, I just got home. I enjoyed the movie. It was interesting. I haven't read the books, so I don't know the backstory, and I don't know. I wouldn't know what they cut out of the books or what they changed. So it really lets me go in fresh. Most of the time I do usually read the book before I see the movie, and that's just the way I like to work. But on this one, I've been trying to read Game of Thrones, so I didn't really have time to read it. And yeah, so I didn't read the books. And as a movie, just all in all, it worked. It was a very interesting movie. I liked the premise. A big motivator for me to see this movie was Shailene Woodley as the lead, as Beatrice or Triss. And yeah, it looked like it was a pretty interesting ensemble cast. So just from seeing it, I definitely think the acting was very well done. Shailene Woodley, as I said, did a great job. She was very interesting. I've always liked her as an actress. She just seems to get better and better as she goes, and it becomes evident in this movie. This is a very different role for her in with all the action and the physicality of it. So to see her take that on and really push herself in that role, I thought it worked really well. She did a very good job with the physicality. Um, what's his name? Theo James, I believe, plays Four, or Tobias in the movie. He did a good job. Most of the time when I see him in a movie, tend to think he's a bit wooden. Um, it didn't really change much in this movie. It's just his facial expressions. They always seem to be the same. So that didn't change much for me in this movie. But he did a good job. He did a pretty good job for what I could derive from the character. Um, Mekhi Phifer and Maggie Q were in this movie. They both had very small roles, but they were very good in those roles. I really like seeing them on screen. Mekhi Phifer I haven't seen in a very long time. So yeah, to see him back on screen was very interesting. Um, I feel like Miles Teller wasn't utilized in the right way in this movie. Miles Teller is a very good actor. If you saw The Spectacular Now last year, you know he's a very good actor. Which he started with Shailene Woodley as well. I like him as an actor. I just think he wasn't utilized well in this movie. His character was just the quintessential jackass for the whole movie, and it got to the point where when Triss shoots him, I just had to laugh because he kind of got what he deserved. And yeah, he did a good job in the movie. I just think he was underutilized, and the character itself isn't like that fleshed out. So, um, let's see who else was in this movie. Kate Winslet also played the character Janine in this movie. She was the erudite captain or leader in the movie. She did a good job. It's just it seemed that the only reason her character was in the movie was to tell Triss how the society breaks down and the kind of reasoning behind the different factions. So it doesn't give the character much depth, or um, doesn't make you invested or interested in that character that much. She's just kind of there to move the plot and to explain the holes that are there from the main story. You don't get much of the backstory of this world, what happened in the war, like why Chicago is still standing and no other cities are, and things like that. So her only role seemed to be um, telling Triss, these are the factions, uh, this is why there's the factions, and this is how we're going to rule this city and govern this city. So it was a bit of an odd character, but Kate Winslet is a great actress, and you know she played it really well. She played it well, but at the same time, there wasn't a lot of substance to the character, at least in my opinion. So yeah, that's all I can really say about it. I was very surprised to see Zoe Kravitz. I didn't know she was in this movie. I think she did a good job. It was an interesting character, but a bit underdeveloped. And yeah, so overall, just a very interesting movie. Um, I liked it. It was worth seeing it in theaters. Would I give it a top mark? Probably not. I'm leaving this one at about around a 7. Pretty solid 7. It's still a very entertaining movie, and for someone who hasn't read the book, it's worth it to see. So yeah, that's the story was interesting and pretty well constructed, although um, took a lot of cliches from other young adult novels and um, things of that nature, which you come to expect. I like the twists they put on those cliches. Um, I like the faction system, the 5 factions. Yeah, it was interesting. So overall, as I said, I give this movie about a 7, or a pretty solid 7. I do recommend seeing it. It's interesting, and for a 2.5 hour long movie, 2 hours and 20 minute long movie, it doesn't seem like that. It seems quite a bit shorter, so the time flies by. You'll have a good time, and yeah, I recommend seeing it. So have a good one. Remember, medium matters. See you later.